Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another meeting of the SoBros Book Club. I'm Stoney Keeley, and today we're going to be talking about a book that is very near and dear to my heart, a book by Carl Honoré titled In Praise of Slowness, Challenging the Cult of Speed. For one, I love a book that's got the frayed uneven edges. I hate to be that simple, but this feels pretty good in my hand. But I found this book at a critical time in my life. It was written in 2004. I found it in 2008. I was a senior in college, and it's kind of funny to look back on that time now because at the time I felt incredibly restless. All I had known up to that point in my life was school, and while there are busy times where you're studying, writing papers, and you have your social life and all that, it can get kind of blurry. But facing graduation, it was kind of like I understood, hey man, this carefree spirit is about to run out. I struggle with anxiety and I have a really hyperactive mind. I have for a long time. So I was kind of freaking out thinking these days are numbered. And what am I going to do when I do have to go out into the real world and get a job and pay bills and all that? And even at that younger age, I kind of felt pressed against this nonstop movement of speed, like move faster, pick up your pace, Stoney. And I didn't want to. So one night I was chatting with a buddy and he was like, "Oh, I've got just the book for you." And it was In Praise of Slowness. So I went down to my Books A Million here in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and I found it and I bought it and I read it. And it was something that provided me with the comforting words that I needed to hear in that exact moment. And it was more or less just reassuring to know, it's okay to think about this, to think about how quickly people move and our focus on speed as a society. And from the moment I put this book down, I started making more of a concerted effort to take more time to be more calculated and deliberate with how I spend my time. So let me read the slip to you guys because y'all can't read it. Y'all can't read it on your end when I'm just holding the book, flailing it all around the place here. We live in the age of speed. We strain to be more efficient, to cram more into each minute, each hour, each day. Since the Industrial Revolution shifted the world into high gear, the cult of speed has pushed us to a breaking point. Consider these facts. Americans on average spend 72 minutes of every day behind the wheel of a car. A typical business executive now loses 68 hours a year to being put on hold. And American adults currently devote on average, a mere half hour per week to making love. That's crazy. Y'all sitting in traffic 50 times more than you're bouncing on it these days. It's not these days, this was 20 years ago, actually. Anyway, living on the edge of exhaustion, we are constantly reminded by our bodies and minds that the pace of life is spinning out of control. In Praise of Slowness traces the history of our increasingly breathless relationship with time and tackles the consequences of living in this accelerated culture of our own creation. Why are we always in such a rush? What is the cure for time sickness? Is it possible or even desirable to slow down? Realizing the price we pay for unrelenting speed, people all over the world are reclaiming their time and slowing down the pace and living happier, healthier, and more productive lives as a result. A slow revolution is taking place. That's In Praise of Slowness. It feels like equal parts history, reporting, anecdotes, thought exploration. I mean, this reads like a sort of manifesto for this ideal of how to reclaim your time and live slower. So In Praise of Slowness introduced two important concepts to my young and overactive brain that was critical to me 20 years ago. One, slowing down just does generally allow you to slow down, catch your breath, clear your head a little bit. But what particularly spoke to me was just how slowing down makes you feel more grounded and connected to the world around you. It does take a bit of awareness on your part to recognize when you're being spread too thin, to seek out effective ways of slowing your brain down. I can't just go lie down in bed and relax. My mind still kind of needs something to attach to. But for me, it was the idea of eating slow. Taking time to prepare fresh ingredients, cook a dinner that takes real time and effort. You're rewarded for the experience. It occupies my mind. That was just one of a myriad of tips that I picked up from this book. I mean, that's a practice that I still use to this day, and it helps me decompress every evening. It's a cleansing sort of feeling to focus on the simple act of slicing a tomato or stirring a stew, to remove the noise from the outside world and bring a sense of calm and peace to an overindulgent mind. I'm not telling y'all to go out and start prepping home-cooked meals every night of the week. We all have our own things that help us cope with those most frantic periods in our lives. What I'm saying is to seek out whatever that thing is for you, and maybe In Praise of Slowness could help you with that. It's kind of crazy that 20 years later, our way of living is still designed to keep us in the hamster wheel. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but that hamster wheel is guaranteed to go nowhere. So I'd say practice the art of slowing down. And if you're high strung like I am, it just might make you feel a little more at ease.